Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights, Antalya Grand Slam, Day 1. A lot of big names here, and you can really see everyone's kind of peaking, heading towards the Olympics. Just confirmed my suspicion from last week that everyone's kind of leveling up, and you can see that in the judo that was on display. So I'm going to start with Tsunoda and Mikidze. Now, what do these two people have in common? Well, in the last couple of videos I've been talking about how it would be good if there was a rule change that kind of forced people to stand up as they go down for a drop technique. It just makes judo more exciting if people stand up. Like, have a look at this example from Tsunoda. Goes in for tomoe-nage, doesn't get it, and then stands up, and then she pulls out this Malay kind of kataguruma, which I've never seen from her before. Maybe she didn't want to bring this technique out at this tournament, maybe she had it in her back pocket for the Olympics, but it's a good pairing with her tomoe-nage. And then Mikidze, he's up at wazari here, but look at the combination. Ashiwaza, seoi-nage, gets up, all soto, ashibarai, and then another seoi-nage for the score. So this is exciting stuff, good to see, and I do hope there is a rule change that kind of makes this action happen more often. Anyway, just one more example before we get into the results. Have a look at this, tomoe-nage into a big all soto gari. Under 60 now, and Yang, he went out early to Bliev, for good reason, because Bliev, he went through all the way to the finals and eventually took gold. So we'll have a look at that shortly, but here's how he got there. Beautiful seoi-nage. And by the way, this is Bliev's first gold medal at a Grand Slam, so someone young, 26 years of age, just kind of building and getting better, more experience under his belt. Bit of ashiwaza here, into the kataguruma. So good combinations from him, great judo. And in the final, it was much of the same. Ended up meeting Mikidze. You can see him constantly on the ashiwaza. Good defense here. And then capitalizes on a mistake by Mikidze. I think Mikidze kind of put himself out there a little bit too much in that situation. Same technique twice in a row. The Yoko Otoshi and Bliev got a read for it. Wonderful counter. Sumi Otoshi, as they like to call it. Now Mikidze taking silver. Had a pretty good day himself. Definitely better than Revol. I think the French team definitely made the right choice here in going with Mikidze. Just more consistent. Although Revol sometimes comes out and has some good performances himself. One of the bronze medals was taken by Jaring from the Netherlands. Never heard of this guy before. 23 years of age. And have a look at how young he looks in this profile picture. Probably needs to update that at some point. Now Jaring had a good match with Engstaivan. Engstaivan kind of a gatekeeper for these young guys, seeing if they're ready for the senior tournaments. He had that win over Fukuda not too long ago. Now these guys went back and forth. Wazari apiece. And then in golden score, it was Jaring. Gets this nice sankaku. Really locked up the legs well there. And you can see there's a lot of pressure. Now I thought this was going to be a pin, but because of the pressure, ended up being sankaku jime. Engstaivan tapping. So Jaring, someone else to watch for at under 60, I think. Now Yildiz from Turkey took the other bronze medal, but his contest ended in Shido against Chikador. But this Ippon from Chikador, I just had to show it. How about this? Not much to work with. Back in the day, you'd be grabbing the pants and head diving. But anyway, let's move on to under 66. And of course, it was the man Abe Hifumi. So I'll just put the final and the semi-final in this video. I have another video on Abe Hifumi where we'll kind of look at everything in detail. But here, drops down. Definitely intentional. Takes the Shido. And he just didn't like those grips. So he knew he had no Shidos on the board. Was willing to give up one. And then he comes back. He's very good at coming back, making up for his mistakes, and he does so brilliantly here. I mean, he makes it look easy sometimes. Just got dominated in the kumikata, but as soon as he puts two hands on you, most of the times it's all over. So great Ochigari there to win within a minute of the final. Abe Uta, who I'll show you guys shortly, she did the same thing, 9 seconds in her final, absolutely amazing. But here's the semi-final against Kaya. And if you guys remember, Kaya kind of bullied Maruyama a bit, but not Abe Hifumi. I mean, look at this massive ippon. Now, one thing Abe is extremely good at doing is breaking off that top grip. Something I missed in my breakdown of him, but look at that. Breaks it off and then immediately attacks. So check out my other video on Abe if you want to see all the highlights. And after losing to Abe Hifumi, Kaya went through to the bronze medal contest. He was up against Torne. Torne, he lost to Mohammed by Shido in the quarterfinal. So that's why he's here. Now this is classic Torne, the driving Ochigari that he does. Look at the grip and the low leg. But I was kind of thinking going into this match that Kaya might actually be a bit of a bad matchup for Torne. Torne likes these kind of close range Ochigaris, And Kaya, he's good in the close range, good at countering people. So in this next exchange, Torne takes a heavy grip on the back and Kaya over the top, and this is Kaya's space. He loves this close range. Counters Torne beautifully here. I think Torne maybe looking for a koso togake, but Kaya just beating him to the punch. So Kaya with the bronze, and this is the other bronze medal contest here. Nice back and forth between these two. Blue looking for a Uchimata, but on the return gets countered. So that's unfortunate for Demirel. It would have been good for Turkey to take home a medal. But a beautiful kosoto here. And just before we get into the results from the women's, just a couple of highlights from the men. Imomali here with a bear hugging Uchigari. This one lightning fast kosotogake. Off the grip break too. And I said this last week as well, you're going to see more people attacking off that double hand grip break. Imomali again, and have a look at this. Skuinage. You don't see that too often these days. Used to be a much more prominent technique when you could grab the leg. Torne just a wazari for this, but his driving Uchigari is beautiful to see. And this one here was quite weird. So Zehebov, he gets Hansokomake for head diving here. But I just kind of find it weird because Kaya, he initiated this technique. He loves to do it. You can see him do it here against Gaitaro. This time actually getting a score for it. So however it goes, he's either going to get a score or you're going to get Hansokomake for doing it. Alright, into the women's divisions now, and we'll start with under 48. Tsunoda doing her thing, but you could tell early on she was injured. I noticed this, and I was kind of surprised she got out of this contest. She managed to pull through, get a wazari, eventually, but I did think in the back of my mind, even if she does win this contest, they might pull her out, just to save her from further injury. But no, they continue to put her out. I know she did speak of an injury. She's got a YouTube channel now, and she had her knee pretty bandaged up pretty heavily. But it was really just that one contest where she showed having problems with her knee. The final, no signs of it whatsoever. Came out, dominated, did what she always does. Go for the tomoinage, gets a score, wazari, and then straight into the newaza. So just like Abe, there's another video on the channel of Tsunoda's performances, all her matches throughout the day. We'll have a look at all the details. But Tsunoda, definitely my favorite going in to the Olympics at under 48. I don't think anyone's stopping this. Nobody's training jiu-jitsu like she does, and nobody knows how to stop that tomoinage. One of the bronze medals was taken by Gambata. Nice Uchimata here. And then a Sumigaishi just after that to seal the deal. Awasete Ippon. The other bronze medal went to Abuz Akinova from Kazakhstan, winning her bronze medal contest by Shido. But this is just a highlight earlier on. Beautiful counter to an uranage here. Something I've liked to do in the past. If you can face your opponent when they're trying to do an uranage, it's very hard for them to throw you on your back. Now, I did also mention at the beginning of this video that there were some home team judoka kind of causing upsets. Now, Skuto, she got through her first round. Really nice newaza sequence here. It takes her a little bit of time to figure out what angle to attack from here, but she does eventually get the Akimoto roll. You can see that right arm heavy on the elbow, causing her opponent to collapse and then roll over. So Skuto gets on top here, fully osaikomi. But unfortunately in her next contest, she came up against Ersin from Turkey. And Ersin, this is a big upset because Skuto, very, very good. Huge technique here for a wazari and golden score. Under 52 now, and the final was Giles versus Abe. And I knew how this was going to go. Giles is more of a newaza specialist, and Uta, I mean, she's good at both. And it wasn't long before Abe Uta did this. Very first exchange, double sleeves, goes for the sode, doesn't get it, turns it into the Uchimata. Kenken Uchimata, hopping Uchimata for the Ippon. You see the disappointment on Giles' face. Very short contest. You wait an hour or two just for a couple of seconds. So I have another video on Abe Uta's performance, so go check that one out. We'll talk about the bronze medal contests. Puljes, who took a silver medal last week at Tbilisi, she ended up with a bronze, so she'll be happy with all those points heading into the Olympics. And then Sanchez, she pulled out this really nice Ochigari. Being a Spanish judoka, she probably learned this from Torne. Have a look at this. Very similar. Under 57 now, and we'll start Mokhtar with the drop Sioinage here against Balhaus. Just a wazari, but ends up staying ahead for the rest of the contest. Partadieva, she won her bronze medal contest by Shido, although here's a highlight from earlier on. The gold medal contest was fought between Lima from Brazil and Deguchi Krista. Now I was kind of surprised to see Deguchi at Antalya. She had just competed recently at Tbilisi. She took a bronze medal there, and then against Lima, ends up with a gold. So Deguchi Christia is #1 in the world at under 57. World champion as well, reigning world champion. So I think it's very difficult to argue a case for Klimkite. But in my honest opinion, they should just allow 2 people to compete from the same country. It makes no sense whatsoever. They do it in other sports. And the Olympics, it's meant to be the pinnacle of the pinnacle. Let's just have the top 20 best judoka on the planet compete. That's what I want to see. So anyway guys, that's it for day 1. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.